Time to go. Okay. I'd like to call to order the Open Space, Parks, and Recreation Commission meeting. I'm going to read the land acknowledgement. The land that Eureka rests on is known in the Wiyot language as Juroji. Past actions by local, state, and federal governments removed the Wiyot and other indigenous peoples from the land and threatened to destroy their cultural practices. The city of Eureka acknowledged the Wiyot community, their elders, both past and present, as well as future generations. This acknowledgement demonstrates the city's commitment to dismantle the ongoing legacies of settler colonialism. Can we have the roll call, please?
Okay. Committee Member Sims?
Here.
Oh, sorry, Commissioner Sims. We just talked about this.
Here.
Commissioner Mays?
Here.
Commissioner Malik?
Here.
Commissioner Bareilles?
Here.
Commissioner Houghton is absent currently, and Commissioner Parks is as well. And we're missing one more.
What's her name? Our new one.
Barbara.
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 Thank you.
So we're missing.
Approve the minutes.
And I'll second the motion.
And let's vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And the motion passes. Next are commission reports. Are there any commission reports? And it doesn't appear so. And so now we're going to move on to the next agenda item, which is public comments. And so, am I supposed to read this section of the meeting every time that we have where it says that I need to read that? Okay.
On the off chance we did have public to comment.
Okay. I'm still learning this. This section of the meeting provides the public an opportunity to address the commission on any subject not appearing on the agenda. Pursuant to the Brown Act, the Open Space, Parks and Recreation Commission cannot take action on any item that does not appear on the agenda. Oral communications from each person addressing the commission will be allowed 3 minutes. Is there anyone that would like to address the commission at this time? And anyone on Zoom? And if no public comment, we are going to move on to the next agenda item. Next, we are going to do old business. So the Dayas Park Improvement Project. And that would be Robin, but it probably is. Oh, hi, Robin. And so do you have your update? Hi.
Yes. Hello, commissioners. Robin here. And I wanted to share a few photos since we last gave you an update because photos are fun. Okay. So I'm not sure if last time we shared photos, we got to show you the actual equipment. Oh,
Look at that.
oh, it is sharing. Okay. I know we shared some catalog photos in the past, but I wanted to show you some of the equipment actually installed. So this is an ADA roll-on group spinner. It's actually really fun in that it's kind of like the teacups at Disneyland, if you've ever been on those, where you pull on a circle in the middle and that's what spins it. So it's been fun to play around on. And then behind it is our swing set where you face each other. It's just strapped up right now to keep people from trying to use it. And then this is another spinner. It's a rope spinner. So that's pretty cool as well because you could climb and get some height on there.
How fun.
And then what's really been great that's been happening this week is preparing for that rubber pour in place. It's that rubbery, spongy surface that protects kids when they fall. And since our playground is uniquely sloped, they actually have to pour concrete on the slopes to make sure that the rubber will actually stick when they pour it. So this is hot off the press. They just did that this week. And there's a few other areas where they put that as well. To the right here is the parkour course. And then that rope spinner in the background. So they poured all this concrete slope. And then also we have our toddler crab slide. The slide is removed right now. That'll be put back in when the rubber's down. So they poured all of that slope as well. And then everywhere else you see this kind of rock gravel will be rubber as well. It just doesn't require that concrete treatment. So it's hard to make the construction project look glamorous when it's in progress. But I'm so excited. Next month we'll probably have photos of that colorful rubber that will really make it feel so much more finished. This is, I think, a better photo than what I've showed in the past of how we opened up that alleyway that connected Union to Summer Street by the ball field. The fence line has been pushed in and created this huge open space. This little plumbing right here will actually be the water fountain hydration station. And then over here that's covered with a tarp to protect it is the new bleachers that will be on the outside of the field so that you can watch games on the other side of the fence. If maybe you have some kiddos on the nearby playground, you can be a little closer to each activity. And then also in here in the ball field, we have the new backstop padding. And then these are the bleachers that are currently being constructed. And then they also are preparing the footings here to bolt that into. So there's 2 brand new sets of bleachers on each side of the ballpark for home and guests. And then I'm glad Florence walked in. I just want to do an update on the amazing volunteer planting we did. The plants have grown so much in the past 2 months. It's been surprising to me. We have our flowering Douglas iris, and then the yarrow has just like taken off. It's like a huge little bush now and flowering. So it's amazing what just 2 months of growth can do for these little guys that we planted. So thank you to everyone who came out and helped with that. They're definitely flourishing. Okay, that's all I've got for Yas, but I will just share that the lack of rain has been stellar for progress. We're all feeling really good the past few weeks, and we're really hoping to be done in the next month or 2 if everything stays dry. So, yeah, pleasure to give you an update and happy to answer questions.
I just want to say that egret looks great.
It'll look better when there's colorful rubber beneath it.
Well,
Thank
just
you,
an
Robin. That was cool.
awesome job. Yeah, just to echo that, an awesome job. We're so grateful for your work on this and your coordination and getting all the different volunteer organizations and different people there too. And if there's anything we can do, please let us know. We're looking forward to the grand opening for sure.
Oh, definitely. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Robin, for your update. Let's see. Anything else on that one? Then we have the annual commission report to the consul, Donna Wood, and this is what date we're going to be choosing.
Yes. As you all know, on March 27th, you decided Carol and Max will give the presentations. And tonight, we need to choose between September 2nd or September 16th. So that is back to you guys to decide which
I don't
date
have
works best.
a preference. Max, do you? I have no preference. Do you have a preference? What would be easier for staff?
I don't think we have a preference either. I can check and we can come back with if there is one. We'll take a look. So you're both open to both. So that helps.
He said maybe the later one would be better.
Jeff thought so.
That's what he said.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And
Yeah,
I
we'll
would go
check.
with that if that's, if that's Jeff's preference, I would go with that myself too.
That sounds great.
All right. And what topics would the commission like to include in this report? Any comments?
Definitely the progress on the parks.
Parks? And the zoo? I think
Oh, we're
Jeff-
supposed to have we're gonna
Right.
have you here. Yeah.
We would
The
want
zoo would
the
be
zoo
great.
and the
The
parks. Dayas, obviously, and any other suggestions?
There's some volunteer groups that are really doing some terrific work. Like we should highlight some of those volunteer groups. I'm thinking specifically of the group that does a lot of our work for our cemeteries. I mean, just the number of hours, and of course our Ivy group, and then
Good point.
Dennis, if we can get some of your volunteer group as well. But that would complement to what we do with our volunteers, because in September we do a big volunteer appreciation, and all the volunteers that help with Uplift and the other programs, and what Robin does as well. So
And we do our revenue reports, and by then we'll be 2/3 of the way through the year. I think it's important for our city council to recognize all the work that your staff does hosting roller skating and basketball and volleyball and 900 other things. So
agree.
I think just the sheer volume of revenue and the number of people participating, I'd like to make sure that that gets in there as well, because that's good to get that broadcast.
Thank you for adding that, because I was going to say that. And also all the events and classes at the Adorney Center, which, brings in, a lot of the community together. All right. Any additional discussion? Did that give you enough information for now?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Are there needs that we would want to address? Are there any needs or that you have that the city might need to know about, like grants that you're looking at or any
I don't think so.
supports?
I think everything you all just came up with is perfect. I think that's exactly what they would be looking for. So I think that would work.
So we're all on the same page, correct?
So as staff, we'll work on that list and we'll keep discussing it. We've got several months to prepare. So we're very set up for success because we're so ahead of the game, which is always a good place to be.
When was the last time that this commission presented to the city council? Do you remember? Has it been a couple years or something? Or
Did you do it last year? I don't know if we did it last year. I'm not recalling.
I know there was.
I don't remember it.
I know there was talk of it, but I thought it might have fallen through or something like that. Maybe I'm
What I thought
misremembering.
too.
Sure.
Okay, and then I take it there's no public comment on this item or anyone on Zoom. So, and since we haven't made up our minds on which date, I guess we're not going to vote at this time, correct? Okay, so let's move on to the next agenda item. We have new business, the update on the Sequoia Park Zoo. Jim Campbell, our zoo director. Welcome.
Thank you. I need a moment here to figure this out. Well, it's my great honor today to give you an update about what's going on at the Sequoia Park Zoo. I'm going on my 4th year as director. I'm in my 3rd year as director, almost 4 years, and it's been an amazing opportunity for me just to see this facility grow. And there's so much to share. There's so much evolution right now happening at our facility, and it's all because of that skywalk. Since we opened it in June of 2021, we've won several awards. We have the AZA Exhibit Awards for Innovation, which this is a national level award. This is something that big zoos like San Diego Zoo usually win. We won 2 of them last year, one in marketing. So our little zoo in the Redwoods is doing fantastic. And we've also won a number of other rewards, including the USA Today Reader's Choice Award for Best Aerial Park, another prestigious award that's recognized by a lot of folks. And with the success of the Skywalk has brought just people just coming from all over the world. We are truly a major destination now for people coming from everywhere. Before the Skywalk opened, average year 40,000 people maybe. Year 1 after opening, we had 140. Last year, 180. Really? Yes. So this is putting Eureka already on the map, but even more on the map. We're looking at similar numbers this year. Even in spite of the weather, we've seen a little bit of a downturn, but we're having one of the best Aprils ever. So pent-up demand. Yes.
Are those unduplicated, or are those just total people through the turnstile?
Correct.
Got it. Okay.
Yes. So, oops. So I'd like to give you some animal updates now. If you've been watching our social media or looking at maybe a recent Lost Coast Outpost article that came out, you have probably already been introduced to Isheng. She came to us just over a month ago. She's a 3-year-old black bear, and she is the star right now. Her and Thule and our other animals are one of the reasons why we're seeing such a drastic increase in the numbers of people that are enjoying our social media. Saffron is another reason. He is our brand new red panda. He is currently waiting for his new habitat to be completed. So we're currently building that, retrofitting that environment for him, and we're very excited about that. We also have several of our bird species that are nesting right now. Our screamers, our crested screamers, are currently on 6 eggs, and they are due to hatch today. To start hatch. And I was watching before I left. I don't know if that's happened, but it's something that by tomorrow morning, I imagine we'll have a couple little screamer babies, and there's nothing cuter than a screamer baby. Well, maybe Ishang. She's pretty cute too. Our Chilean flamingos they're showing behavior that suggests that they may nest again this year, which it's 2 years in a row. That's pretty good. So that means that they're happy and they're thriving. So we're maybe going to have flamingo babies again. If you go out right now and look at our flamingo flock, you'll notice that there are 5 darker colored birds. That's last year's cohort. So our flock is growing. It's very, very exciting. A couple new arrivals that are happening. Spider monkeys. We just received last week spider monkey. His name is Sam. He came to us from another AZA accredited facility. He will soon join our other spider monkeys, Jake and Candy. So we're happy to welcome him. But the rumor is that we have 3 more spider monkeys coming. The AZA has decided that they would like us to participate in the species survival plan and become a breeding facility once again for the species. So we're very excited about that. And another very exciting piece of information is, yes, we just welcome Ishang, but it sounds like we have bear number 3 who's coming. Yet to be named. He's coming to us from another facility in California, and the CDFW has decided that he should be placed with us. He's also an unreleasable bear. He was found as a little orphaned guy. He was very underweight, maybe 20 pounds and almost a year old. So we're happy to welcome him to our family. Special events, lots of cool events coming up at the zoo. We got Party for the Planet happening this weekend, and we're excited to have Save the Redwoods League as our presenting sponsor. Part of this event is not only celebrating our amazing planet, but just educating our community about different conservation efforts that are going on in our area and around the world. Save the Redwoods League is also going to help us participate in a native plants giveaway. We are taking native plants from the Sumara Restoration folks, and while supplies last, each family will get a nice little native plant for planting. This is very popular. We're expecting a lot of people, but this is a very weather-dependent event, so we're praying for sun on Sunday. The other big event we have coming up next month is Forest Fest. This is one of our newer events that we're developing, and this is one that's being hosted in partnership with the Del Norte Film Commission and our very own Cape. And this is a Star Wars themed event and a forest themed event. So come on out. That's at the end of the month on the 31st. This is an adults only event. So it's one of those brew type events, our spring brew event, to support our conservation efforts and our efforts in the forest. So we're very excited about that. And then of course, we've got in October, Boo at the Zoo. That's one of our favorite community events folks are really excited about. And I'm also hearing a rumor that we might be hosting with Cape another event in June, but that's still in the works. So we're very excited about all these new events at the zoo coming up. And also we've recently launched a new website that is, I'm very fascinated with this new website. It is great. And also and we also have a partnership. Our nonprofit is the Humboldt Area Foundation, and we're just really enjoying this relationship with them. They're bringing us into this new era of donation, and right now they are helping us raise money for the Red Panda Improvement Project. After this slide, I want to take you and show you our website and how our giving portal has been set up. It's never been easier for our community to donate and help out at the zoo. So that's a very exciting thing. This partnership is something we're developed, and I'm very excited about the openness and transparency and the efficiency of working with this organization. Humboldt Area Foundation is incredible, so we're really enjoying this relationship. Other things happening at the zoo. Recently, the city provided us staff to have a volunteer coordinator and a volunteer program, really getting that developed, and we're just seeing an amazing amount of support from the community wanting to come and support their zoo. So if you're interested in volunteering at the zoo, or if you know anybody who is, then please reach out to zoovolunteers@eureka.gov. And Donna can confirm we've got a lot of folks interested because you're processing paperwork for folks, and it's amazing how people are coming in and wanting to support the zoo. Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Microphone, he said.
Mine?
They couldn't hear you, but you didn't use your microphone.
I want to give you I'll close with a little peek of our new website. Here is our donation page, and all of these links link directly to the Humboldt Area Foundation. So our premier links right now are for the Red Panda Improvement Project, our Sequoia Park Zoo Fund, Conservation Fund, and Animal Enrichment. But also, if you go, we have a number of funds that people can support the zoo by exploring. So if you look here, I think there's a total of 8 or 9 now. So all of the funds descriptions are here. If people are interested in giving, they know exactly how they can be supporting the zoo. And people really love this. And again, thank you. That's all I have for today. Any questions?
Jim, first of all, that was great. With the 180,000 people coming through, any idea roughly how many of them are from outside of the immediate Humboldt Bay, Humboldt County area?
Yes, roughly a third.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So it pretty much goes along the lines of it's 2/3 of the people from our immediate area and the rest a third outside. Yeah. Immediate area being Humboldt, Del Norte, and some of the parts of our general area.
Do you have information on what that percentage was looking like before the Skywalk when you were getting those lower, like 40,000 numbers?
I do not, but I can guess that it was most likely mostly locals, probably skewed more towards being locals. Yeah. It's definitely very seasonal. So in the winter months, our shoulder season, it's a lot more locals. It's people from Humboldt County, Del Norte County. But in the summer months, tourist season, that's when we see a big increase in the folks from outside. All over the world, too. Yeah, it's pretty neat. Any other questions?
We know you had some record-breaking fundraising last year.
Did
efforts. Yeah, well, as being part of the board then, we saw some really great record-breaking, but you guys postponed like your Zootini and some other things. Will you be bringing some of those back, or we're kind of set with this, with these wonderful activities that you've already highlighted?
Yeah, so we are going to be developing a number of new and exciting events at the zoo. I don't think that we will ever have an event called Zootini again, but we are certain to have an event like that one. So yeah, these fundraising opportunities are coming, definitely.
And I know there's been a really popular thing that has come up is the tree lighting last year, and the having the largest tree, perhaps. There's been debate.
It was
right?
for a moment, yes.
So thank you guys for thinking outside the box and for all the very thoughtful programs you're bringing to our youth as well.
Yeah, Zoo Lights, I can elaborate a little bit on that event. The first year of Zoo Lights, we had 14,000 people come over just a handful of nights. Amazing participation. This year, the numbers were a little bit lower, not because of the interest not being there. It was the weather. In spite of the weather, we had nearly 11,000 people come out to enjoy this wonderful event. We did add in the world's tallest Christmas tree. Again, that was for a minute before the folks over at the Skunk Train one-upped us, but that's okay. We still have the tallest Christmas tree in Humboldt County, and it was a really fun opportunity to get to connect with the folks at Skunk Train because they're doing a wonderful thing out there too. So it was a fun little thing to have with them, and we plan to collaborate again this year with our marketing efforts for the holiday season. Yeah.
Hey Jim, I'd say more of a comment than a question. Just in my travels, I'm up and down, right, driving up in front of the zoo and the park pretty regularly, and just to see the amount of vehicles that are lined up and down the street now, it's pretty incredible, you know. And I'm gonna say, you know, it's been a far cry from the days of the prairie dogs. I kind of miss those guys, but the zoo is just, you guys are doing excellent, man.
Yeah,
Seriously.
That is funny. I am missing. There was a slide missing out of here. I didn't talk about some things, but. Yeah, it's amazing how busy the zoo can get when the weather is just perfect. Last week, when there was, I guess, maybe Southern Oregon, all of Humboldt County, spring break, it was crazy. Yeah.
Lastly, I guess my last question is for families that might be tuning in or listening or need some, you know, motivation or support. What does Everyday Zoo look like for right now for families to get in or leverage those passes?
What does a zoo look like every day? Well, I can tell you that a couple months ago in the winter, in the cold and the wet, animals get sleepy, but everybody's becoming active now. So we're seeing a lot of animal activity. And of course, this is the most gorgeous time to be up on the skywalk, but really any time on the skywalk is amazing. We have a lot of local families that come and visit the zoo. And I should mention that roughly, it depends on the year, but 16 to 19% of the people who come through our gate come under a access program we call Everyone Zoo. So although we had to, for purposes of operating a zoo efficiently, raise our prices our admission prices when we open the skywalk, we still have made that zoo accessible to everybody. So for $4, folks can get in. They just have to show an assistance card. And this is just a game changer for a lot of folks. It just keeps people coming. So it's nice to see local families coming in. It doesn't matter what your economic level is. The zoo is available to you. And there's even free programs too. We have partnership programs that we work with. One of them is the county library system. So folks can even go there, check out a pass, and come in and bring a family of up to 8 in for free. Nice. So, and this is all because of the support of Community Services Donald Woods and the city and the council. So they're making sure that our zoo is for everyone. Surely it's a community, just a treasure for sure.
Any more comments? Questions? Well, thank you so much, Jim. We really enjoyed your report tonight. You're doing a great job. All right. Let's move on to reports. The McKay Community Forest Advisory Group. Dennis, an update, please.
Alrighty. Well, yeah, obviously the weather's getting good, and we've had pretty consistent volunteer numbers since the beginning of the year. It kind of surprised me. Definitely is kind of say every time we got this real core group of folks that show up during the week even. So it's really helpful, really nice. Out at Northridge, off of Walnut there, and then behind Redwood Acres, you know, things are looking pretty good, and we just keep plugging away. We had at our Saturday work days, we do once a month, first Saturday, had the local Boy Scout troop here, was it 1027, I believe. And then for this month, May 3rd, we're going to have another volunteer work day. We got a Girl Scout troop, and Two Feathers Family Services is going to be the partner group for that event coming up. And let's see. There's a quarterly McKay advisory group meeting. So the next one will be Tuesday, May 13th, 3:30 to 5 at the Adorney Center. And public's welcome. And if you're ever curious, just want to hear what's going on in the big picture, you know, it's a good time to attend all that. But things are running along nicely. So we'll just keep plugging away.
Any comments or questions for Dennis? All right. Upcoming volunteer opportunities, Robin. on Zoom. There she is, with us.
So for May, we're gonna have two events. For the first Saturday of May, will be our Old Town beautification. We swap every other month, with first Saturday being Old Town or Trash Bash. So May is Old Town, and we meet at 9 a.m. at the gazebo. We have complimentary Los Bagels for volunteers, and then for an hour and a half, we work on landscaping in Old Town to help maintain it. So always looking for more folks to join this group. This group doesn't have as big of a core group as some of our others, so we keep trying to build that engagement. So definitely love to continue to get the word out about this one. And then Ivy League at Sequoia Park does happen every month, thanks to our volunteer coordinator, Heidi. And we just sent our May event for Saturday, May 17th. Recognizing this is graduation weekend, so I know a lot of folks might have loved ones or friends that are graduating, so recognizing that some of you might be booked up, but that'll be Saturday, May 17th, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Drop in anytime, and they typically meet over there at the fountain at Glatt and T Street. Training and tools are provided, just looking for folks who want to help out. I did also hear that at the April Ivy League, there's quite a few baby wood ducks in the pond, so a good reason to come out to the park and check out the baby ducks, and then come help remove some ivy. So that's what we've got planned.
Is that it? Okay, commissioners, any comments or questions for Robin on volunteer opportunities? Okay. Next, parks capital projects. Jeff, so I'm assuming Donna's going to take care of this.
Yes. Okay, a couple of highlights, a couple of updates. Highland Park, we finally have completed all of our playground pieces. We installed the toddler swing set, and check. That's all rocking and rolling. The restroom concession stand is still not open because we're still pending PG&E. So fingers crossed that will happen soon. But getting the playground solidified is great. Cooper Gulch got a great partnership going. I think Jeff's mentioned it already, with the Humboldt Skate Collective and the Old Town Rotary, working on new bench seating and a hydration station for right outside the skate park. So that's really great. And then just a few days ago, we met again with the Kiwanis representatives regarding Carson Park. We actually met on site this time to take a look at the trees, the site, the future planning. We got a tentative green light on the playground product that we're considering for that location, and they're getting fired up and ready to start their fundraising campaign for that project. So that's about it. You heard the scoop on Dios from Robin earlier, but yeah, we've got projects galore going, don't we? All over the place. Those are the highlights for this week. Yeah.
Any comments or questions for Donna on the parks capital projects? Okay, then let's move on to the recreation revenue summary for March 2025. And are there any questions or comments from the commission on the recreation revenue report?
Just bravo. I mean, we are already surpassed our goal, it looks like, at 117%, almost nearly 118% past our goals. And your team is stellar. So we're just so grateful for all the work you're putting in, and the outcomes show.
Thank you. It's been quite a struggle to bounce back from COVID in so many ways. Yeah. Not only from participation levels, but even from staffing levels. The impact that had on the applicant pool, if you will. It's been a big deal. So to see those numbers month after month, okay, we're making a comeback. We're going to be okay. Thank you.
Any public comment on this item, or anyone on Zoom? And if not, then do we have a motion to accept the March 2025 revenue report?
I so move.
I'll second.
Okay, let's vote.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, and the motion passes. And next, we have the staff reports. So Donna,
Yes.
I'm
All
assuming you'll
right.
be
A
doing
few
that.
recreation highlights to end our meeting on. Most exciting is our Easter events have typically ran at about 1,000 folks showing up year after year. Ebbs and flows a little bit from year to year. This last week, 2,000 folks at Sequoia Park. Wow is right. That's a big deal. And I won't point out who the Easter Bunny was, but I think there was a guy that came and gave a presentation a little bit ago that you all might know. Had a very fun time. He said, I didn't realize how powerful the Easter Bunny is in the lives of children. So share that little note. That's really exciting. That's a really big deal. Doubling numbers for something like that. Our rec team has really evolved over the years. What we used to do at Carson Park, I mean, I remember we'd, throw all the eggs on the grass, open the line up, and they all go grabbing, that's how we used to do it for years. And they have evolved into this treasure hunt, scavenger hunt throughout Sequoia Park. It's, that's why the numbers are so great, and folks keep coming back. It's really rewarding. Great job, rec team. Also completed the Hoopster season successfully. That program continues to be solid and strong and a big community delight. Getting prepped for summer camp. I've been meeting with staff, trying to take a look at some of our old systems. We've been offering summer camps in the city for decades, and it's always good to take a close look at how we're doing things, making sure our behavior guidance for children is at the top of its game, or that we've got really high standards for everything from the arts and crafts to the how you're talking to children and everything in between. So we've taken the opportunity, again, feeling grateful that we're ahead of the game a little bit, to invest in our training and tighten up things, and always good to look at a critical eye. We also have some newer staff as in the last 5-6 years, and so it's good when we bring on new team members to let them get settled and to train them in existing things, and they get comfortable. And then I've always found that it's rewarding for both parties to step back and ask, what do you think? A lot of our staff come from other organizations, have had training from other areas, and to be able to come and have a voice and be innovative in our training and make changes, doesn't always have to be like it used to be kind of thing. So we really try to keep that fresh perspective, which I think is happening throughout our entire department, actually, which is awesome. And so that's summer camp, which is cool. And then some upcoming events. Watercolor. We have not been successful with adult art classes. We keep trying all these different kinds, and they just haven't worked. They got a full class of 10 for a watercolor workshop. All right, that's success. It might not sound like that. It's a big deal, though. That's really great. And then lastly, we have a kids fishing event. I think you've probably heard about it, coming up on Saturday from 11 to 2. And just a reminder that kids 15 and under do not need a fishing license. That's good. And that is what I have for tonight.
Oh, thank you, Donna. Any comments or questions from commissioners for Donna? Well, thank you for that report. And if there's no other business, then the next regular meeting on May 22nd, 2025 at 6 p.m. in council chambers at Eureka City Hall, and the meeting is adjourned at 6:46 p.m. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.